Alright, so let's get this. We have our power hacksaw in place. I've tested the pump out, done a couple other little tests on her, and I was kind of a coward about it. I turned it on before I turned the camera on. I got into what I was doing and said, the hell, we'll just try running it and see what happens. So I'm going to get this guard off. I can tell you the belt's slipping. You can see it hesitating. The motor's just fine, but the belt is slipping. Get this guard off here. I think equipment would be better with less guards on it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. You gonna come off of there today or what? Yep, you are off. Cool. Now for such a nice heavy built machine, this is kind of a chintzy old guard on there. It's plastic. Again, where's the fun in that? Belt guards are for wusses and people who have all their fingers, right? Okay. Oh, it's a slip clutch on there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that belt sucks. Of course, there's no writing on it to tell me what it is. Yeah, that belt's kind of shot. Son of a bitch. I have no way of knowing what that is. Unless I take it to a belt supply house, and unfortunately right now, everybody's supply houses around here aren't really, not a ton of them open. Now that kind of sucks. We won't get much power out of that, that's for sure. Well, I guess the hunt is on for a belt. See what I can find kicking around out here in my mess. Like maybe an A32 belt, something like that. And they ran the piss out of that thing, didn't they? What do we have here? It's a Goodyear. Maybe this thing had a Goodyear in 1970. And that's all I have on it. Alright, we'll be back. I gotta see if I can find stuff. Alright, let's see. I found a BX belt, which it's a little bit wider than an A belt. Show you guys the difference. Quite a bit wider, so we're definitely going to have to get the proper belt, but for tonight it's pretty close to the same length. We're going to see if we can make it work, at least so we can test this thing out, because I'm dying to test this out. See what happens here. Oh, come on. Ah, you fucker. Talk about some high-end engineering right here. Alright, here we go. Fire in the hole, everybody. You guys see the camera quickly go off here. Let's see what happens. Well, so there we have our power hacksaw up and running. A few things to iron out on it. I will cut tool steel. I think I need to get a finer tooth blade. When I bought these, well, the listing said 6 teeth per inch. What I actually received was 4 teeth per inch, but what are you going to do? Cuts mild steel like a bastard though. So we're pretty happy with that. It did cut the tool steel that I tried it out on, but not as, you got to mess with the feed rates, I guess, a little bit on it. I'm going to learn this machine as I go. So anyway, sorry for the shortness of this one, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging on this thing, see how the 3-phase converter actually worked, powering something up. That's a pretty neat, dangerous old vintage tools. The best tools are the vintage dangerous ones. In other news, we have an old line shaft metal lathe that will be making its way into this building here within the next month or so as we get the outside of here cleaned up. So what we're going for, eventually we'll have the first floor of this building set up as a metal shop, more for making the tools, things like that. The lathe will be used for cutting the ferrules for the tools, things like that. Just going to open up a lot of possibilities for the things that we can make and do. That saw is going to be very handy because, like I said before, I could set it, forget it, walk away while I'm doing other things, getting the forge going or just whatever. A 2-inch black iron pipe, little over 2 minutes to cut it all the way through. That's not too shabby. And like I said, I really don't care if it takes an hour as long as I can go and do other things. So anyway, real happy with it. The only thing that wasn't really working very well when we started it up was the lift on it, and that was simply an adjustment on the jam nut that runs a little hydraulic pump in it. Once I got that figured out, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's a short one. I guess I will catch you on the next one.